Hey guys, this is Topher, and I've had quite a few comments on my Spider XP farm, so I thought I would do a short tutorial on how I put it together. I switched over to creative mode for this, so I could get in here and show you guys. So let's take a look, and then after that, I'm going to jump into test world and we'll look at some ways to improve it, because this really isn't terribly efficient compared to some of the designs I've seen. So the first thing is, why this big drop? Well, when I first made this, the idea was that I would drop them down here. They would take quite a bit of fall damage. Then I would use this mob evader to get them up there, and then kill them with only a few hits. That's pretty efficient. Some things we could have done is we could have, instead of dropped them, we could have immediately taken them up, moved them over, and held them up there, and then had a piston or something that would drop them down. That would basically create consistent damage, because when they spawn up here, they could spawn anywhere up here. So it's kind of hard to tell how much they're going to fall. So all we have in here are two source blocks in the corner. You can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. So the water will get here. This will be the 8th block for both going this way and that way. So this is kind of hollowed out because these will travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll count from this way, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 7th block will go down. So that will continue this current to be able to extend it another 8 blocks, which will take us down into there. Which also basically lets that flow into it. Same with the other side. So the water will push them in here. And the spiders don't want to drown, so they'll kind of swim. And then we start this mob evader. It's supposed to be alternating all the way, but I had to do 2 here just because of the opening. Ideally, you would want this just to be 2 wide coming in, but for some reason I didn't do like that when I first built this. So all this is source blocks here and here, signs to hold it in place. We go up another level. There's a source block here. That sign's holding it. And that's just to get them to continue to swim, but yet give them some air. There's source blocks right there. And then we start an alternation thing where, so it had source block, and then we go source block, sign, flip it around so the source block basically goes diagonal up. If you go straight across, it's a sign. So think of it like this: if dirt are water sources, it's kind of doing this all the way up between water sources and signs. That's because they're going to be swimming. Remember, a spider's 2 by 2 basically. They're going to get air, but they're also going to have water, so they're going to swim up and not die. Up at the top, I have a source block right here where I'm pointing, and a sign here to basically get this water to start flowing in a diagonal direction once it gets past the sign. And this pushes them over there. The iron bars, you can also use glass panes, basically lets you reach through and hit them. And I just left a hole here for me to get out. So we'll throw, or get this glowstone to go away. And we'll take away the glowstone here. And I'm actually going to leave this glowstone in here. I have plenty of it, so I'm just going to get rid of the glowstone I have. Of course, I messed up my stream. Water streams can be a pain in the butt sometimes to get to completely work with you. So, if you're having problems with your water streams, just update blocks around it, and you'll get it to eventually flow where you need it to go. Like here, I'll have to do that. And you can see our water is all basically flowing and pushing them into there. So we'll just follow this guy in. That's the other problem, is I find they jump right there, which is also another reason why I kind of hauled that out. Ideally, you'd want it to be at this level right here all the way across. So we'll swim up with the spiders. And this is one problem, is they kind of get stuck. That's another reason why I had to have this air pocket, is because they would sometimes drown. So yeah, you can see some of them are a couple hits with a diamond sword, some of them are one. It's just not real consistent. So we're out. And that's how it works. The light down there won't affect the spawn rates because it's so far away. Just to throw that piece of information out there. So I will switch over to test world, switch this back to survival mode, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so we're here in my little test world that I quickly made an MC edit. And inside of there we have a spider spawner. So I might be able to get away with this. We'll see. And I probably failed at the correct size of a dungeon, but this isn't really a dungeon. This is just giving us the idea of what a room could look like that we were experimenting with. So I think for the purpose of this demonstration, we are going to create a system that will push the spiders to one side and then use a mob evader to carry them up. They need to be, I believe, 8 blocks or 9 blocks outside or away from the spawner, so that it will continue to spawn them, because there is a limit that it will allow directly around the area of the spawner. And I'm not sure on that number, but we'll get them at least 10 blocks away. So what we'll start off doing is, we'll put that back. We're going to make the floor so it basically will have 2 spots under the spawner. So we need to raise the floor 1. And this is just my preference. I'm pretty sure you can have it just have 1 space. We might change it to that actually. Yeah, we'll go ahead and change it to 1. We're going to not give the spiders much of a chance. Actually, I'll change my mind again. I've seen some cave spider spawners from Etho, and I think he uses 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to put water sources in the corners, and that will funnel them here towards the center. And I'll go ahead and just make it a straight wall of them. So this will push everything over here, which means we need to, and yes, you can see my horrible MC edit little world. It's nothing to be proud of, but it works for this demonstration. So basically we're going to create ourselves a little area we can drop the spiders into. And it's going to be too wide. Like so. The next step will be to place water at the end to push the spiders in one direction. So our source block is 8 long, so that means we need to do something to get the mobs to go a little bit further. And this is Etho's design on what he does. If I can remember exactly how to do it. Basically, he puts stairs here, I believe. Signs up here. I think I already messed it up. The signs go here. Actually, they will go here because I made this a block too long. So that goes down, and then the water goes up here, and it's a continuous stream. So at this point, we will want to make sure that it's only one high. And I'm not sure if this works with spiders or not, so we'll see. So if that works, just going to pop our head into here. Get rid of our glowstone. We should be able to see stuff spawn and go through. So you can see they spawned right there. He's trying to track me, but he isn't able to fight it, and he gets through. So that works. So we'll pop out of here. And you can see both spiders made it out. So now at this point what we're going to do is we are going to carry the spiders upwards using a mob evader. So to accomplish that, we are going to basically have a 2x2 tube that will go up. I'm making it out of glass so that you can see through it. You can make it out of whatever you want, as long as you can place signs. So in here, what we'll need is the water to push the spiders in, which it is. So we'll put pressure plates right here, and that will act as a water stop. So we're going to put water over here because it's going to push them into this water, and they're going to want to swim. So then we'll put signs opposite, water above, so you can see there's no water there, so they're going to swim here, they're going to want to swim up, and then we're going to alternate signs all the way up. And it sounds like we have a tester. Yes, so you can see that worked. There you go. So, I know in my LP world I alternated signs, but you can also do it with this design where you're just alternating and they stay together. You'll be able to see it works exactly the same way. I forgot a sign at the top. Stop it. That's what I get for not getting that shut off. Okay, so there we go. So I'm just going to fill in these water sources. I would suggest using an infinite spring so you don't have to travel far. Okay, so that should get our spiders up here. At this point, we're going to want to store them. Let's see how far, if the spawner is activated when we're over here. So you can see it's still activated, and they are probably more than 10 blocks away. It's still activated when I'm up here as well. So maybe what we'll do is we'll carry them a bit higher, because this thing is, there it stopped. So we can be all the way up here. So let's make it a couple blocks higher. And alternate it. And now they should be able to make it all the way up here. At that point, we can put something. Basically, we need to be able to carry them in a direction. It's easiest if I can carry them off that way, but I don't want to. I want to keep this around the spawner. So the solution I came up with here is we're just going to use signs to hold back some water. And we're going to use a single source block right there, just to get them started. So place your source block, and it will spread out like that. So I just saw one spawn in there, so let's see if he makes it up. Looks like he's already been forced through. He's swimming up. One thing we have to have a little roof here so they don't swim. And you can see he made it out. So let's put a little top on here, because we're going to need to keep them over this direction. So at this point we can basically do whatever we want with them. We can hold them here because I believe they'll have enough air, but there's really so many different ways you can go at this point. I mean, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my eyes are at 6 above the spawner, which is the level of the bottom of the tube. So they'll actually be at level 7 above. 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are far enough away. And we're going to kill him because he's getting annoying. So at this point, we can go ahead and just give them a little place to congregate. The big thing is that they aren't able to swim backwards, but it's something that we can control. So we'll continue this on around. And also in there they won't suffocate or anything, which is another plus. I'm just using glowstone because it's getting kind of dark out here. So if we want to keep it in the theme of glass, which this is just how you want it to look, it really doesn't matter. We can use glass panes right here. Build our little platform out a bit. And then you can hit them through there. So let's patch this up. And we'll let this run for a little bit. And I'll switch it back to survival mode for a little bit because I'm paranoid that I'm going to be breaking this as we go. So we will be back and we'll see how it works. Alright guys, so I'm still here in creative mode, but I wanted to pass along a small change that I made. It's that I don't think the sides can be glass because the spiders can't climb it, so you'll have to make this part out of stone, wood, something that spiders can climb. And they might be able to climb glass, I just know I had problems with it. So as you stand up here, you can just swing away at them, and it's, you know, kind of like before, minus the drop. They'll just all kind of congregate. Sometimes I see them get stuck there because they don't want to climb up. I think that's because they might not see you. You can come over to the corner here to collect your experience when there's experience down there. Seems like we need a few more spiders. Might be fighting daylight here pretty soon. I could also be fighting a mob cap. Since this isn't a real edit world, I just kind of threw glowstone on top of the world on a certain layer, so not real sure if, guess we can check it out. Yeah, we have 244 entities in the world, so it's not going to let anything spawn. So we'll be back. Okay guys, so here we are in survival mode. It is now nighttime. We have about 40 left on the mob cap, I believe. So we should start to see stuff spawning. Use some random blocks that we have to get down. I guess some of this glowstone could be messing up the spawn rate, but you can see some things just spawned over there. Get rid of some of this just in case. You can hear they're starting to pile up. And usually you're just going to kind of be running around an area. You're not necessarily going to be waiting on them to pile up. So I don't think it's a huge deal if it takes them a while to actually make their way up. We'll finish her off with some wool here. So you can see we're starting to get a crowd here. They do kind of pile up there if they can't get in, but you can see they're not taking much damage, or they're not drowning at all. Don't think. Some of those coming up might be. But eventually they will push themselves up here. You can see we have 2 or 3 now. Hit them once, they'll really start to come up. And then from there, it's just a matter of letting them gather. I think we just... Yeah, those guys down there are tracking me. So really it's just a matter of getting them to come over. Come on, buddy. Be my friend. So, there's your proof of concept that works. You can do, to kill them, like I said earlier, you can do so many things. You can keep them here until you want to drop them, and then just maybe have some pistons push some water and take them off into a drop area. You can have pistons right here on those 2 blocks and suffocate them. You'll probably want pistons there, and then pistons right over there where that glass is. And then basically just suffocate them for so long. You can throw splash potions at them. I mean, the options are just endless. That's your creativity once you have them in a place where you can deal with them. So, just kill all these guys. And just to show you how you collect the XP, you can see I'm collecting some of it as I kill them here. But some of it will fall down. And you can see I can pretty much reach anything in there as well. So there's not going to really be able to escape you. I think you can even reach all the way down there, pretty much. Yeah, because they're down there. So you can see you can just come down here directly in the corner and get their XP. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message or a comment, and I'll be glad to help you out with what I can. So thanks for watching the tutorial, guys, and I'll see you in one of my episodes.